very positive about this Congress. It has been a very different one compared to last year when we were all together in a big auditorium. But it wasn't also yet another Zoom webinar. It was really a professional broadcasting from a professional studio. I liked the sequence of the different topics and the different speeches and so on. So I'm having a very good feeling about this event, absolutely. I think this all goes back to the term transformation, part of digital transformation, which means to me that it's not something that you can do overnight and implement overnight. It's a gradual process and it's a continuous process. But how can you basically define where your destination is if you don't know where you are today? So the whole idea of the digital maturity model, which in a sense is not really something new. If you think about it, digital maturity models or maturity models in general, it's not really something new. It's not something we invented. We just used this technique and implemented it on the graphic arts industry, more specifically on the packaging industry. So with that maturity model, packaging converters will be able to much easier and with a given framework define where they are in their journey of becoming a more digital business. We've identified 5 stages in our digital maturity model, all different steps in that continuous process of becoming a more digital company. And with the tools that we've made available, businesses will be able to identify where are we. And it's only when you know that, when you have that information, it's only then that you'll be able to develop a well-documented and thought-through strategy of moving further onto that journey of becoming a more digital business. The digital maturity model, of course, provides quite in-depth documentation about how companies behave and how they are organized, which tools they use in each of the 5 stages of digital maturity. Now, that is actually, we would really ask anybody that's interested in learning more about this to actually go through the material and actually use it in a kind of a workshop, either within a department or even even in the boardroom with the management teams of packaging converters. Go through the material and see how you can identify your own business with a player as we have described it in any of the stages, any of the 5 stages of the digital maturity model. We have also a couple of questionnaires available, that multiple choice questionnaires, where individuals can actually go through the questions, see which answer fits best to a given situation, and that will actually also help packaging converters to go through this process of identifying where they are. But I would really like this to be a workshop that is driven by the management, where the users are involved in that process. And if customers, if packaging converters themselves don't really have either the skill or the confidence to do a good job there, we're always willing to come in and help host such a workshop to kind of discover in which stage of digital maturity a packaging converter actually is.
I guess Dataline is for more than 5 years a gold partner of VIGC, and it's the 5th year we are a member of this kind of organizations, and this year is the first year virtual Congress. And at my opinion, it's great. It's the best, even better than previous year. So I think in the future that kind of organization, maybe it will be a hybrid organization, but these advantages we need to use them in the future organization. So I'm happy with it. Yes, thank you. That's a very good question. First of all, Dataline is the producer of Multipress business software. It's a software that is used, let's say, in 24 European countries. Sorry. We have more than 1,000 companies that are 10,000 users. And I was wondering for more than 4 years, how can I measure the need of a kind of usage of that kind of software. And I tried many times before to write that kind of software. First version was 10 years ago. You can see it still on our website, roybus.biz, I guess. But I need an application that is more tailor-made to a company with his needs. So why did I write the software? Because my question was, is this prospect, is this company ready for the change management? And our pre-sales takes, let's say, at least 3 months. So it's not a question to sell an application like Multipress, but is this company ready for the change management? Are his employees also ready for the change management? And that's the reason why I wrote the software. For, let's say, it took 2 years. Again in my attic, and after 2 years and let's say 100 times rewriting, the software is ready. And yes, indeed, I propose it to the people today, and many of them were very enthusiastic. In Europe, we have let's say 10-15 channel partners for each country, and these channel partners are now using the alpha version, and I guess 25-23 companies have been audited with the MAS software, the first version. So it's ready, yes, it's ready, but we now rewriting the software, and that's the easiest part, rewriting in full web-based, and it will be ready, let's say, in January 21. It will be ready in 12 languages. Now the version today is also ready in 12 languages, but it's not web-based at this time. And we have a roadmap for, let's say, the summer and for next year and next year. So there's a lot of things to do, and it will be a project, an open source project, that we will write for more than, let's say, 4 or 5 new years, creating new features.
I think in general for us as a company, we like to make ourselves available, make it easier for people to talk to us, ask us questions. We can learn from them, they can learn from us. We have some sessions scheduled after the presentations to really get a one-on-one discussion going. And on the other hand, it's also a difficult year to travel, so every event in Belgium as a Belgian company is of course nice to be part of. I think the biggest trend is that what we saw at the bigger companies first, like the last few years, is also now being adopted by the smaller companies. They learn that it's not just putting a workflow in place and work like the workflow works, but they're understanding that they already had their way of working and they want to adopt their workflow and their automation according to their own way of working, which is actually the way to add value to your production, differentiate yourself from other companies, and it's really interesting to see that these companies start to own their automation more and more. So they started a few years ago and now they really build on it and see a future in it.
Yeah, yes, we did. It indeed was a great success because we had more than 80 participants and 14 teams that loaded up their proposals. So it was overwhelming, to be honest. Also, the quality of the projects were very good. For next year, we have the intention to do it the 11th and the 12th October on Monday and Tuesday. And then on Thursday we also will have then the Congress again. So the dates are fixed, and of course we hope that also Inkish TV, which we had a very good cooperation with, will join us at the second Graphic Arts Hackathon. Because we are very glad that you joined us by broadcasting some pitches and coping up with us.